Jason Aaron, Tim Town, and Guru pit the Daughters of Asgard against the Council of Hydra as Thor's grandchildren follow the call of Mjolnir to Earth 818 to aid the Avengers against the Red Skulls and their Masters of Evil. Jason Aaron finally begins to involve some of his other cool creations from his Thor run in that of Thor's grandkids, pulling them from their end of the universe world into the larger multiverse as it closes out his 818 storyline and begins something new. While I appreciate him diving back into things he made for his Thor run, the issue felt rather detached from the previous 3 issues, particularly when it came to the characters we were following. In those 3 issues beforehand, Ghost Rider and his Deathlock were our main POV characters, and we learned all of this stuff through their eyes. But now it's suddenly shifted to the daughters, who weren't involved in the story up until now, and Robbie only actually shows up in one panel. It seems like a rather weird choice considering Aaron has been building Robbie up as this huge all-rider messiah character, so I would have thought we would have just continued him on till the end of this run. Aside from that, I do appreciate the series continues to have a lot of fun with its multiversal premise, giving us some fantastic action and a great Captain Carter cliffhanger that hopefully brings us one step closer to Avenger Prime and getting them involved fully in the story. Jim Town and Guru tag in as artists and don't miss a beat when it comes to delivering colourful, action-packed and busy-looking pages. Their work complemented Aaron Kuder's previous 3-issue work really well, and I enjoy just how big and grand they all make it seem. Avengers Forever issue 4 finished up the book's first arc in a strange, slightly disconnected way as some new cast members are introduced and the next threat for our heroes is teased. I'm gonna give this issue a 7.5 out of 10. Avengers Forever issue 4 heads to somewhere at the end of time, many years after the universe was saved from Gore the God Butcher and his Necro Sword. The people of Midgard still hear Thor's thunder from time to time, letting them know their god is holding back their evil, protecting the life he created there. The lightning, however, soon smashes into a small village, and doing so, it gains the attention of Thor's grandchildren, Etley, Elisiv, and Frigg, who leave their adventures to respond to the thunderous crack. The women gather only to find the lightning bolt brought them to Mjolnir, which has begun floating, something it wasn't doing before. Etley thinks that Thor is angry that none of them have tried to pick it up, but Elisiv thinks that maybe now is the time one of them does. Frigg, however, hears the fear in the thunder, and the others only hear the cries of pain and war. But Frigg reminds her sisters that Thor knew when he left the world he'd be holding up the pillars of creation for all eternity, and she knows that he's not afraid for himself, he's afraid for them. Suddenly hellfire rains down on the earth, and the warriors are forced to protect the village and the people from the meteors. Etley thinks that their grandfather needs to work on his communication skills, but Elisiv knows that this isn't King Thor's doing. The fire belongs to the Phoenix, something Frigg knows that they haven't seen for several years, back when it was inside a grumpy old man with claws. Claws they find attached to an arm that has fallen to earth during the meteor shower as well. The sisters remember that the man's name was Logan, thinking that he was dead. They find the hand is still moving, so chances are that he's not, as Frigg asks Elisiv if she knows what grandfather is warning them of. The woman knows that it's something grave, and if it can tear the longest living phoenix to shreds, it's bad. She tells her sisters of the dreams of hammers she's been having, knowing that there are many of them and they are always crying out. She knows that this is something beyond even their universe, and it's birthing a storm the size of Forever, and all they can do is trust their grandfather for him to lead their way. The sisters tie the hammer to their ship, having it pull them through the winds of the universe. Elisiv reassures her sisters that the hammer knows the way and that they will survive this, demanding they give it their all, and trust Mjolnir is taking them to a world in need. On Earth 818, the Invincible Ant-Man is confronted by the Council of Hydra, made up of various Red Skulls from throughout the multiverse. All who know whomever killed the usurpers will become the new Lord of 818. Ant-Man and the Avengers attack as Moon Knight points out the portals of the other universes, portals Tony knows they need to close, since who knows what else might come through. Suddenly Thor's grandchildren smash their ship through one of the portals, glad the hammer has led them to a battle, noting how the Red Skull's black suits remind them of the Necro Sword, signaling to them who the enemy is. The warriors aid the Avengers against the Red Skulls, who begin losing control of their symbiotes, pulled back towards their own worlds by the symbiotes thanks to the All-Rider Robbie Reyes showing up, who demands that the cowards tell their masters that vengeance is coming for them. The Red Skulls fall into the superflow, cast back to their worlds as Tony desperately searches around the battlefield for Moon Knight and Vision, fearing that they have been swallowed up by the portals as well. The Black Skull and his symbiote meanwhile have judgment passed on them, with the symbiote jailed inside the infernal trunk of the Hell Charger, while the Black Skull is left in a state of forever penance. While Black Skull is dealt with, his world is still under the subjugation of the War Machines, so the All-Rider and Wonder Man set out to deal with them, and by dawn of the next day, Earth 818 was freed. Wonder Man meets with Thor's grandchildren, asking which one is God, since the Deathlock told him in the other realities that God answers their prayers. The women know that for some gods it's true, wanting him to speak his heart. Simon doesn't know how to pray, wondering if he could just say it to them. The women think that it would be an honor to hear Simon's prayer, so the hero says that he prays that he never has to kill anyone again. The Daughters of Asgard promise that they will do whatever in their power to ensure it doesn't happen again. The warriors wonder how many more Earths are in danger, but Elisif knows all of Infinity is, but at least she knows why they were sent there to this Earth in particular. The warriors go to see the Mjolnir that Ant-Man found in the cave, telling the heroes that the hammers from different universes can talk to one another. Frigg knows they can find use of this hammer, wondering if the arm of Wolverine Ant-Man was found with the hammer, but Tony knows that was from a recent meteor shower, swearing he sees the arm move from time to time. Taking the hammer, the Daughters of Asgard link it up to their ship with the other Mjolnir, re-entering the time storm, but before they leave, they unleash rain for the scorched Earth 818, spreading out some seeds from the lost gardens of Asgard, and allowing hope to spring new in the wasteland. Tony wonders to himself how many other worlds did the Masters of Evil do this to, as the Deathlock and the Infinity Thing return, telling him that every world in existence would end up like this, which is why they must leave. Tony thinks that he makes it hard to enjoy having saved the world, asking if the Deathlock really thinks Moon Knight and Vision are out there in the multiverse somewhere and were pulled through the portals. He decides to get into the Hell Charger, hoping Ben and Simon will look after this Earth, and the Infinity Thing ensures him it is time to rebuild, as Tony heads into the superflow inside the Hell Charger. At the center of Infinity, Moon Knight and Vision are met by someone who knows Avenger Prime will be happy to have them join their cause. Moon Knight demands to know where they are and how they can get home, but Captain Carter tells them that that's what they all want, but no one is going home until the war is won, even if it takes forever.